What is good, everybody? You are watching Good Things TV, where we were talking everything Good Things Festival 2023. And look, I am so jazzed because we have such an exclusive little bit of time with a very, very special guest. He's headlining, he's coming out to Australia with a Fall Out Boy for the first time in a hot minute. Patrick Stump, thank you so much for hanging out with us today, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Man, it has been a bit of a busy year to say the least for Fallout Boy. You've been
Yeah,
back at it. How's everything been how has everything been going, getting back in the rhythm with the band with this new album and being able to live it out on stages around the world, you know?
I didn't expect it. I mean, I never expected. I think that's part of my thing is that I don't. I and so now I'm trying to expect that I don't expect it, and it still doesn't. It still exceeds my expectations. We just did a run in the States, and I just dumbfounded that there's that many people that still want to see us.
Yeah,
um,
man.
and I'm looking forward to taking it international because I feel like there's a lot of audiences we haven't seen in a really long time.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a it's a perfect time for to be a Fall Out Boy fan, but just to be a fan of this music, specifically of this
mhm.
wave that you guys were so instrumental in building. It feels like the most perfect of times to be back out on the road. We've been seeing it happen over the last few years. This is music that has really been striking at the heart of the fans who grew up with you guys, but for
Mhm.
newcomers who are discovering the band now, specifically with this album, it's going to be such a special feeling to know that you're hitting music fans on all different sorts of levels.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that's really strange is now we've got a lot of records now, and we've been doing it for a while, and so we'll play at the show, we'll play a song from this record, a song from this record,
Mm.
and it's like watching it's like that scene in Home Alone where he's sitting in the
Yeah,
car and he's pressing all the Christmas lights and you can see which one lights up. It's like we'll play a
yeah,
song from Take This to Your Grave and this bunch of the crowd's excited, and then you play a song from American Beauty, and this bunch
yeah,
lights up. So it's interesting. It's like you have different people are there to hear different things, and it
yeah.
makes it really like a fun challenge to figure out like how to build a set around that.
Definitely. I want to talk to you a little bit about this new record specifically.
Mhm.
Australian audiences will obviously be getting a bit of a love in with so much for Stardust out on the Good Things tour this year. But for you guys as a band, I mean, you've been away from performing for a little minute. So to come back with this new material, locked into this new creative rhythm, what have you learned about each other as musicians and as performers now that you've had this new collection of music to play with?
Well, I think everybody kind of all four of us, we had a lot of time to kind of reflect as musicians, and I think it's weird. Like we came back really different, to be honest,
Mm,
in terms of like it's probably the most fun I've ever had on stage, um, because it's like we're all aiming for the same thing. It's like we
yeah,
finally kind of like we've always kind of understood each other and we always gotten along. That's one of the things. We're one of those bands. It's weird. I talk to other bands and when doors are closed and everything, they go, yeah, well, don't you hate that guy? And I'm like, no, I mean I really like him. We're good friends.
yeah,
Um, so we've always gotten along, but there's something musically we're getting along in a way that I don't think we ever have really, where it's very giving in this way where everybody is it's almost like this is a very silly, probably pretentious comparison, but it all and so whatever. It's almost a joke at this point, but it's almost like jazz in a way where everybody's leaving space for each other. So
yeah,
like you give somebody a chance to shine because it's like I think when we were younger, we used to like kind of everyone was trying to like outplay the other guy and like show off and whatever, or be the center
yeah,
of attention or something. And now it's like oh, I'm gonna not oversing this part right now so that Joe has a moment, or Andy's like, oh, I'm gonna not play this fill right now so Patrick has a moment. It's like we all kind of like we all give each other space, and it's really fun because of
Yeah.
that. It's like, because of that, I get to look over, and you really notice. You're like, man, that guy's great, you know.
Hey, you're like, look
So
at us go.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. We got this. We got this. Well, look, Patrick, it's like I said, it's wonderful to see you guys back, and back in such a great natural way. You know, it doesn't feel forced. It just feels like it's the right time and everything is where it needs to be. And I know Australian fans, when this got announced, people were losing it. So we can't wait to see you out in Australia at the end of the year on the Good Things tour. We're bringing the good vibes, and we're here for this refreshed, elevated level of Fallout Boy. We can't wait. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. All right.